Interest in young people has always been a concern of WHAS television programming. The Teenage Hi-Varieties show each year produces many finalists in the Crusade for Children King and Queen contest, first aired in 1956. Highlighting the crowning ceremonies over the years was Arthur Godfrey's appearance in 1958 with this advice to young talent.
Don't any of you be discouraged now because you don't all win. No, but we can't all win. That doesn't make any difference. You've all got the potentiality. And I tell you the truth, I hope I see all of you in New York, because though we have no more talent scout show as it used to be, per se, as long as I remain in this business, I will never cease to give young people all the opportunity I can.
One of our more ambitious projects, begun in 1951, was the show Inside Our Schools. In the series, we went to 28 schools and visited an average of 25 classrooms per year in the 5 school systems in the Louisville area over the course of 5 years. In 1957, we had occasion to test what our young people had learned when the staff members of the Courier-Journal and the Louisville Times moderated the 13-week contest series, Teens View the News. The widely honored Youth Forum came to town to produce a film on the subject of the peaceful integration of the Louisville schools, honoring the late Superintendent Omer Carmichael. And 1959 saw the first awarding of the special recognition to the National Merit Scholars of the Kentuckiana area. Each year, approximately 8 high school seniors survive rigorous examinations and national competition to achieve the honor. At the recognition banquet in 1960, John M. Stallnacker, Executive Director of the National Merit Scholarship Foundation, awarded the 4-year scholarships and presented each winner with this medallion on behalf of WHAS, the Courier-Journal, and the Louisville Times. At the other end of the scale, in 1957, Channel 11 investigated the problems of the dropout, the teenager who, for one reason or another, leaves school before graduation.
I had a job that was very interesting to me in an automobile, so I quit school in order to pay off the automobile.
Well, first, I wasn't particularly interested in school, and second, I had a misunderstanding with the teacher, and I thought I'd have to spend another year in school, and I didn't want to do it, so I just dropped out.
Well, I was taking electricity, and things wasn't going so right. Well, I broke my wrist to top it all off, and, well, that just outdone it, so I quit.
Well, at home, I have 2 sisters younger than me and an older brother, and my mother just got out of the hospital about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and she hasn't been able to go back to work yet. And my father isn't living, so we don't have much income coming in now, and I feel I had to either drop out of school or get a job or something.
Tell me, how much schooling have you had?
The first part of the 8th grade.
And then you dropped out of school?
Yes, sir, I did.
Mind if I ask why?
I had no interest in school.
The staff of WHAS television has changed and grown over the years. But the high point in every year is the annual WHAS Crusade for Children. Since time is too short to recount the many fine things that have been done for over 200,000 youngsters by many Kentucky and Indiana agencies using Crusade funds, let's just run down the big moments and the stars that appeared in the Crusades. Typical of Crusade excitement was the moment when Tommy Leonetti began the show in 1959 with Everything's Coming Up Roses.
Light the light. We got nothing to hit but the height. We'll be swell. We'll be great. I can tell. Just you wait. That lucky star I talk about is due. Honey, everything's coming up roses for me and for you. Now on with our show.
We've learned a lot since 1952, when WHAS television presented the first Cerebral Palsy telethon. Let's go back to that day and recall the great national stars of show business who have taken part. Well, those are the names that went with all the Crusade excitement over the years. But a moment came in 1959 that typified the spirit that makes all this worthwhile.
Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, help me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home.
Perhaps this would be the best place to recall the religious programming for which WHAS television makes a special effort every year. When this picture was taken, over 18,000 Protestants were joined in a mass observance of Christian Heritage Day at Freedom Hall, an annual event at which Channel 11 has always been present. Another yearly ceremony on our religious calendar is the Feast of Corpus Christi, celebrated each summer by Louisville's Roman Catholics. The Jewish Hanukkah and Rosh Hashanah observances are also a part of the coverage of this community's religious faiths, but perhaps the most popular and regular and longest-running program is the weekly Songs of Faith, which is now in its 10th year. Well, that brings us up to date. There were many things that wouldn't fit into this half hour: the annual Christmas Eve church services, Lure of the Library, Let's Look It Over, Casing the Classics, and special programs for virtually every medical and community service agency in the city. But now for a final word about the future. Here is WHAS Television Vice President and Director, Victor A. Scholas.
We can only hope that this anniversary reminiscing that we've been doing has been as much fun for you, our viewing friends of Channel 11, as it has been for us. All of us, we have been involved in an amazing development in American life. Never in the history of our country has any institution developed as quickly and as broadly as has television. Nothing has ever happened as quickly to demand so much of our interest and time, to change our living habits, as has television. And of course, because it has been so important to the people of this country, television has been the subject of much debate, much controversy, and much discussion. And this is good. I think that informed, sincere criticism of television is most helpful to those of us who are charged with the responsibility of running it. Television basically is a medium of entertainment that has to be supported by our advertising economy. But as I look ahead, after a dozen years of our history, and that's a young industry, only 12 years old, but as I look ahead, I think television is going to play an increasingly important role in informing us, in helping us shape our thinking as we try to protect our democracy against the threats that exist. I have every confidence that television will discharge its responsibilities in this field most ably. Thank you for joining us on our anniversary.
Well, as the saying has it, stay tuned to Channel 11. What's past is prologue. And now WHAS Television starts its 12th year of telecasting, promising you foremost in service, best in entertainment.